The best design tip that I can give any interior design client is this: we're all gonna die. And in light of that, let's all not lose sleep over what color white to paint the kitchen. The biggest problem with interior design is this feeling of preciousness, as if there's a right answer and a wrong answer for every space. There's not. We're bombarded with images of highly curated, perfected rooms, but what we don't see is the years or decades of flailing experimentation that designers do in order to get good at what they do. Nobody comes out of the womb knowing how to style a coffee table. There are no child prodigy throw pillow arrangers. And the best thing that you can do to hone your interior design skills is to embrace trial and error, embrace tinkering around and experimenting, and embrace sometimes failing. If you're new here, I'm Caroline. Poll on Instagram, and there were 3 major themes that everyone's losing sleep over. And it's not necessary. Let's do something about it. Question number 1 that I hear over and over again: what are easy things to do to make your rental unique with little effort? And I know this question is about rentals, but I could give the same answer to a home you own as well. Yes, this is what we're all kind of struggling with, right? We want the updated space, but everyone's on a budget. I don't care how much money you have. Nobody is fantasizing about a space that they can afford. Everyone is dreaming beyond their means, everyone. So we've all got to find a way to work within our budget. One of the easiest ways to make an impact in your space, rental or otherwise, hey, don't ignore your windows, okay? Window treatments. Put up some drapes. It's immediately a home. End of story. It's amazing. People overlook this, but even if it's not a colored curtain, you can do something plain that blends into the wall, but it still adds texture, it adds depth and interest. And for the love of God, please take the rental blinds down. Take them down, put them in the back so you can save them for your landlord to put back up later, or you can put them back up later. Get those rental blinds out of here. You can do the bamboo blinds. They're real cheap. You can get some very affordable ones offline, off Amazon. I'll link all the stuff I'm talking about below, some examples and stuff in case you want examples to get going. Invest in your art. Put art on the walls and you're instantly at home. When we're looking at spaces, I think people just focus on like the fancy furniture and the architecture, but it doesn't matter how much of that you put in a room. If you don't put art on the walls, it's not gonna feel like a home. And it's also so fun to like curate and collect, and you don't have to spend a ton of money at all. I thrift so much art. Sometimes I make art. You can have a fun time. Okay, the other thing randomly that I think is extremely impactful in a rental or a home you own is getting really great lamps. Like lamps, light, it's our mood lighting. The overhead canned lights in the ceiling, after 6 p.m., we don't f with those. In the evening, we're doing the lamp light. It's gonna be romance, okay? You can get really cool vintage lamps off of Etsy, on Facebook Marketplace, or sometimes I've also just gotten like a really standard lamp. I got one from Target and got like a custom lampshade off of Etsy. So many different combinations you can do, and you can just make them into little works of art. And don't skimp on proportion. Go large with your lamps, make them a statement, because they're all at once a sculptural piece of art. Just because you're renting doesn't mean you can't start investing in your home. It's a great time to start investing in the stuff that you can take with you. So that means your art, your decor, furniture pieces. I'm in a rental now and there is no storage in the bathroom. So I bought a beautiful antique, what is the word? Cabinet? Is there a better word? No, I think it's cabinet. Okay, antique cabinet that goes in my hallway. Not only does it make my rental space functional, but it elevates this basic space, and I can take it with me into any home that I own and love it just as much. And then when you do move into the place that you own, you're not starting from scratch. You've already slowly curated a space you love and done the tinkering and done the experimenting, as well as something that you can take with you when you move. Okay, listen up. This is important information. There is a specific brand of peel and stick tile that is the only peel and stick tile I will use because it does not look plasticky, it does not look fake, it does not look temporary, it doesn't leave a residue. I would use this in a home I owned. It looks that good. I'll link some I used in like my bedroom makeover. I tiled over my fireplace with them. I used them in a different powder bath makeover I did, which by the way, I think is my most underrated video. Nobody watched this video. I don't know why, but it's like my best video, I think. Anyway. When you have like these terrible, disgusting bathroom floors, it will give you like a professional looking, newly tiled artisan floor. I can't say enough good things. They're my new religion. There's like a weird noise coming from my kitchen though. Okay, I guess I'll just ignore it. I don't know what my point was. What was I talking about? Okay, I don't know, but I am supposed to say like and subscribe at some point in this video. I always forget to say that. Like and subscribe if you like hanging out. I think it's a fun time. Yeah, that's the end of my pitch, I guess. Oh, turn on the bells. The bell notifications if you feel like it, then you're notified when I have a video. I don't know, it helps me out, whatever, who cares? Design concern number 3 that is keeping everybody up at night. How to incorporate color into your home. I love this question because, as I said, we are all dying. Life is too short to just be living in an all-white home. So I think why this question trips so many people up is because how do we incorporate color without it feeling disjointed, right? If you're worried about it, just stick to a strict color palette and don't stray too much from your color palette. It'll feel cohesive, don't worry about it. But the next question that people freak out over is, well, what color palette then? How do I know what I'm gonna like to see day in, day out, every day for many days? It's hard to commit. Best thing you can do, go to your closet. Go to your closet. I bet there are some themes of colors that you feel most comfortable in, that make you feel good, that you like to live in. You're probably gonna like those a lot in the spaces you live in as well. So you can definitely pull a color palette from your closet. Another tip I like to give when people are feeling really nervous about bringing in color, just then like keep your larger purchases and furniture items pretty neutral and do the color in your accessories. Choosing like a purple couch, maybe that feels scarier. So instead, I like to do it sometimes with my accessories. Not only does that give you a lot more flexibility, you can move stuff around, you can do the experimenting in your space. You can't like move the couch around as easily. But also when you grow tired of your space and you want to give it a really quick low budget refresh, you can just change out your accessories. And it's very easy to give your room a whole new look. A super easy way that you can bring in a huge impact of color, do it with your draperies, do it with your curtains. You can even have like a very neutral space otherwise, and it kind of takes care of color for the whole space. If you just want to make one decision, do the curtains. Church bells, there's church bells going right now. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I know that they go on for like 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna keep talking. If you're having trouble with the breakdown of how much color to bring into your room, I hesitate to say any design rules because like, dude, it's art. There are no rules. But a principle that you can abide by if you want some kind of framework is a 60-30-10% rule. 60% of your space is like your dominant color, your base color. 30% is your secondary color, and the 10% is your accent color. And that accent color is gonna be what like makes your space feel like just very unique. Another low risk, low stress way to introduce some opinionated color into your room, do a statement piece. Just do one. Do like a really cool colored chair. You can keep pretty conservative with the rest of your space and it will elevate everything. You don't have to like over curate every single corner and aspect of your room for it to feel really thoughtful. Another great way to bring in color, just do it through your artwork. If you're in a rental and the walls have to be white or something, just do it in your art. Doing this also elevates white walls. This is the reason that art galleries have white walls. It puts a spotlight on what's on the wall. Bringing the color through there will make it feel like sophisticated, like an art gallery. Super sleek, and you can kind of chill with the rest of your space. Biggest question that we're losing sleep over. How do I decide what my design style is? This is the thing. I, like pretty much everyone, am an amalgamation of a bunch of different kinds of styles. There is no need to define your style. The only reason it's helpful, obviously, is if it's helping you on your Pinterest searches or your like design inspo searches. It's nice to have language. But the problem with trying to define your style is that we're trying to put language to a visual medium. So this is the problem that happens a lot for designers. We meet a client and they say like, I like a fresh space. I want it to feel fresh or airy or whatever. And that means different things to different people. I would say don't stress over the language of labeling. What's actually helpful is having the visuals, to look at the visuals and say, this is what I like about this image. If you're on Pinterest or Instagram or wherever, just search on adjectives. Like I'll search traditional or like Hellenistic revival, but I'll also just search on adjectives that I know make sense to me, like sparse room, sparse European room, or historic, brightly colored, English countryside home. It doesn't have to be a whole genre, and you can pull the pieces from those images that appeal to you. Another great way to start thinking about your style is to just to look at how you dress, how you like to live. On the spectrum of casual to formal, where do you lie? If you're a super casual dresser, that's what makes you feel good, then you're probably gonna enjoy a more casual space. Looking to your wardrobe will probably carry over to what makes you feel good in a design space. Another fun question I like to ask clients, what's your favorite restaurant? It's so funny that we sometimes get tripped up on like, oh, I don't know what kind of design I like. But when you walk into a hotel or you walk into a restaurant, you do know what you like. You know what leaves you feeling like, oh my God, I really liked it there. Even like my own dad, my dad, he's colorblind, first of all. He would never say that he cared what color we painted a room. But when we go into like a really beautiful restaurant, he does notice it. So like we're all affected by design and we actually all appreciate design. It's just about like noticing what kind of gets you energized. So look at the spaces that kind of turn you on, whether it's a hotel, your grandma's house, a restaurant, and start pulling the adjectives out from there. The other major problem is that we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what we haven't been exposed to. So it's really important to just get like exposure to different kinds of styles. So I often direct clients to go to a couple different sites. Go to stylebyemilyhenderson.com. You probably know her. What's great about her stuff is that it's super accessible and you're guaranteed to get exposure to a bunch of different kinds of spaces. I would also say go to domino.com, Domino Magazine. By the way, none of this is sponsored. these are resources I use with clients. And you can just get a lot of good exposure to get the ball rolling there. Another major thing that I'm gonna say, you might say, Caroline, what the heck? When I go to these sites and I see an image I like, I can't save it. I can only save it if I'm on Pinterest, and that's why I like Pinterest. Let me tell you what, you can download a Chrome extension. Why am I so passionate about this Chrome extension? You can download a Pinterest Chrome extension. This is what I have on my computer that lets you create a pin on Pinterest for any image that you see online, anywhere. So when I'm on a website, somewhere random, there will appear like a little Pinterest, save to Pinterest button, and you can add it right there. It's super easy, and that's how you create like the most curated mood boards, inspo boards. It's a free extension. I have no motivation to share this with you except that I want you to thrive. When you're first putting your mood boards together, or Pinterest boards, whatever, don't be worrying about, ooh, does this all fit together? Don't think about it. Just like, if you like it, pin it. If you like a little aspect of it, pin it. Doesn't matter if you like the whole thing, pin it, pin it, pin it, okay? Just do it. Then once you've collected a ton of images, go back and then you do a pass through and be like, what are the patterns or themes I'm seeing? And you can start to file it down and start to see like, okay, so it's not just that I like a green kitchen, it's that I love the way that these knobs pop on the cabinetry, stuff like that. So don't be overwhelmed trying to define your style. Just start noticing patterns in the adjectives or the little aspects that continue to excite you over and over. That's all you need to know. You're gonna have so much more success doing that, just like following what you're drawn to, than trying to figure out someone else's template for a style or following some trend. Whichever of these tips you decide to incorporate into your home, remember that it's about experimentation. It has to be. To do anything creative, we have to be open to the fact that not everything's gonna look good, and then we can just be like, okay, that didn't work, I'll try something else. Keep the tags on home decor, let it sit on the mantle for a little bit, see if you like it, return it if you don't. If you get something thrifted or off Facebook Marketplace, you can always resell it. I do it all the time. You don't know until you try it, and you live with it for a little bit. Move stuff around, drive your family members crazy by moving the chair every couple of days. It's like a fun way to with people. I suggest it as a hobby. I also feel like every question that I talked about in this video could be its whole own video. So if you're interested in one or more of these topics in particular, let me know. I will probably make that into like a full-fledged video. So let me know what's interesting. And if you're like, all of this was so boring, just don't comment that. That would hurt my feelings. Just, you know, keep it to yourself. More than anything, remember that designing your home is not like this thing you have to figure out any more than you need to figure out what you want to wear tomorrow. It should be something fun, something that makes your day better, makes you feel good, and allows a little bit of personal expression. It's nothing more than that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, it benefits you and blah, blah, blah. You'll get to see my videos, but it really helps me out and I appreciate it. Today's video was inspired by an Instagram poll I did. If you want to inform videos I do in the future, you can follow me on Instagram. It's a fun time, okay? I think we have a good time together. I think the next video I'm putting out is a vlog. If you're new here, I do two kinds of videos. I do interior design stuff and I also do vlogs about my life. There's some interior design in there, but mostly it's just me being, you know, trying to survive. So heads up.